Welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4, and today we are taking Iraq and their lovely new focus tree, and we are going to turn them into peak Iraq, because damn, they do get a lot of cores. Now, Iraq starts with the decision to unite Arabia, so we get quite a bit of cores with that, obviously all the Middle East and most of North Africa, well, all of North Africa really, and a bit of Egypt. So we've got the option to do that, which we'll be going for, but we do also have the option with the Hashemite dynasty going down this path. We can also restore Al-Andalus, and we'll gain Spain and Portugal as well as the rest of North Africa that we have. So we're going to go for both of them and gain a shit ton of cores. The focus we're going to do first is the Royal Iraqi Army though, because we're going to go for the Navy dockyards. We're going to start research on heavy ship hulls and also the naval gunneries, because we do need to get a battleship out for reasons that you'll see later. We'll start with just a couple of dockyards because obviously we're on civilian economy and dockyard speed is not affected by that. So we'll start with a couple of dockyards and we'll start just making guns. We're going to pump a few little horsey boys out and get the manpower in the field because we need that for later. So as Iraq, we do have the Bismarck of the Arabs, political power, stability. Obviously, we're not going to have him for very long, and it is a very weird trait for a leader. We've got the Golden Square, which is not great for our stability or political power gain, but they are in charge of our generals at the moment, which is a bit of a problem, but we'll deal with that. We've got the Anglo-Iraqi Treaty as well, not great on stability and political power. We do also have the Agrarian Society like the Raj, but not as bad. And our Iraqi army is not brilliant, although they do like the hot temperature. We do also have the King here for a bit of stability, but he'll also be going pretty soon because he meets his end. General-wise, we're not looking too bad. A lot of them are these golden square ones, which I'm not too sure whether we will lose them or not in the future. So I'm just not going to bother them. We're going to train up our non-golden square for now. Go and grab ourselves a couple of free dockyards for 70 days because we're going to need them to get a battleship into our fleet. And no, this isn't a Navy video before you ask. It just we do need one ship. I'll go and grab the naval reformer though, because we will need some XP to actually design a ship, because we have nothing to train up at the moment, so there's no other way of getting any XP for that. Dockyard is built, so we will go and get the rally behind the Hashemite dynasty, and then we'll reach out to Jordan. We can also increase some trade with the Britain and get some civs for free. A couple of civs is nice. We do need manpower for this focus, so that's why I'm not too bothered about rushing it, because we still need to get our horsey boys out. Right, design our big ship. We're literally putting heavy battery 1, and that is it, because we want some naval supremacy, and this is the cheapest way of getting it, because it's all down to manpower is a big multiplier for naval supremacy. So 4,000 for this fairly cheap ship. It is the most economical way of getting some naval supremacy. So we've got a few dockyards to build it, and we just need one of these cheap, crappy battleships. We do actually start with camels as well, although we don't have a division for it. So we're just going to switch our cavalry out for camels because we've got to invade Saudi Arabia first. And, you know, that's obviously mostly desert, so we might as well use the camels for that. Britain agreed to give us Jordan, so we get a nice little puppet here and we'll be taking the rest. So they are our puppet for now. We'll have to integrate them later. Couple of bonuses here, so we get a nice 4 military factories for that and a couple of civs on the other one. We're going to line up a bit of artillery and some trucks for our supply. To demand Palestine, we need a little bit more manpower. So we're going to go get the RAF levies for 3 support equipment, technology, and 3 divisions, which will put us over the manpower requirement. Britain agrees to give us Palestine, which is good. So we've got a puppet here which gains us access to the Med, because the first thing we're really going to do is hit Spain as our first major conquest. We'll obviously hit Saudi Arabia first, but after that we are going for Spain. We can now grab Syria, but first we're going to go and get our war goal against Saudi Arabia so we can grab their land, and then we'll take Syria after that. And that gives us our free war goal. Before I go after Syria, I'm going to flip over to the industry side and we will grab decouple from the pound, and then we can get a couple of 15 free trains and the free technology of trains. So we'll go for that first. We'll go and declare our war against Saudi. They don't have enough divisions, plus they're manning the border with our puppets stupidly. We'll just pin those in place, and then our camels will simply walk around the rest, encircle them, and we'll grab all of the victory points. And there goes Saudi Arabia, as easy as that. Some nice guns we got. We'll just take all of their land and we'll just annex them like so, and we are looking chonkier. We'll switch these over to normal divisions because we are going for Spain next. We're still waiting on our ship and a bit of guns and bits and pieces. We do need to trade for some steel so we actually get our ship out in time. We literally only need one, so 39 is probably about right. We'll get to it. I'm going to train a few more divisions up. I probably want about 20 to invade Spain, and we're going to need to make them a lot better. But Spain is quite easy early on because they're just still recovering from the Civil War. Train focus done, so we gain free civilian train research. We'll also grab a research slot now because we have a lot more that we do actually need to research. Meanwhile, we'll still just pump these troops out. Now, I do want our divisions to pack a punch, so we're going to add a little artillery in for 15 width, and we'll also add support artillery, so they've got a lot of soft attack. We don't really have the manpower for more infantry anyway, so we can switch out for more artillery. Let's go and grab Syria off the French, because we can use these puppets to give us some manpower for garrisons, so that we can use our actual manpower for our divisions. Syria accepts, so they are now our puppets, so we will go and grab some manpower off them for our garrison as well. We could use their manpower for actual divisions, but we don't need to. Just a bit of garrison support's fine. So we can't actually do our new caliph yet because we need our king to die, which happens in 39 from April onwards. Can take up to a year, but hopefully it'll be early on. We're only in September, so we've got a little bit of time yet. We could go and grab the research slot down here, but first I think I'm going to go over to industry, and we can go and get a bit more manpower through altering our national spirits. We'll go and add engineering company to our divisions as well, so we get some good entrenchment, because once we hit Spain, we're basically going to want to sit in and let them waste their equipment attacking us. Just waiting on our heavy ships, only 10 more days now, and that'll be done. We'll then go and start making some convoys, because we will need them for our naval invasion and to ferry our troops across. There's our battleship done, so we will go and get the little Spirit of Academy best of the best. So our naval commander is going to have at least a bit of stats because we don't start with any, and then we'll go and get our battleship into the Med ready to help with Spain. Going to go and grab this strength in the infantry for the attack and defense on core territory. Everything we're going to start taking will be our cores because of how the focuses work, so it gives us a massive boost. And the death of our king, April 39 as well, so it basically happened as soon as possible. I'm not going to try and pronounce the two names because I'll butcher them, but basically we want the top option to become our new caliph. And then we get this other decision to support for absolute Hashemite rule, which obviously we want. We don't want the democracy, we want absolute rule. We get this lovely Hashemite regent, political power gain stability, and political advisor -50. However, our little king here also gives us plus 25, so that's not a great bonus. We can now go and do the new caliph focus, which gives us a lovely bunch of bonuses: political power, stability, war support, attack and defense on core, justifying time, political power, you name it. That is one of the best leader stats in the game, to be fair. So now we can go and get our two focuses for our rest of our cores, or Spanish cores. So this first one gives us the North Africa cores, and it gives us the war goal, and the second one gives us Spain and Portugal. But as soon as we get the war goal from the first one, we can start invading straight away. We are waiting on landing crafts 55 days. That's landing crafts 2, so we can invade our whole army rather than 10 divisions. So I'm going to hit Almeria here because it's only got 2 provinces either side that we can attack, and then the mountains just north of it to hold. And they shouldn't have too many divisions there because it's not one of the main cities on the coast. Landing crafts is done, so I've got 10 divisions already waiting, and then I'll now just add these other ones so we don't have to wait maximum, you know, like the 24 days or 28 days because we're doing 4 divisions per attack. Now we've only got to wait an extra like week or so for them to add in. We are still 8 days away from our goal anyway, and then we'll immediately declare. As soon as we get the war goal, we want the naval invasion off and to declare war immediately, because as soon as you get the war goal, the Spanish start putting their fleet into the Med and we'll lose naval supremacy. So this way we have it already. Our troops are off, so that's all we need from our ship. We'll now go and gain the cores on Spain, so as soon as we land and start pushing out, we'll gain the manpower and the factories from fighting across Spain and taking the land off of them. Only 1 or 2 divisions in the ports. We've done a little force attack. We'll grab the tile above them to surround them, and we'll just push out a little bit just so we're not completely trapped in. We have got big divisions, obviously, with our soft attack, so it should be no problem. So we'll just put our front line in the mountains now. We're just going to sit here and let the Spanish attack us and waste all their equipment and manpower. They do have some Italian volunteers, but they will go as soon as they join the war. So we just got to wait them out. They'll have some Portuguese ones, but that's fine. Just let them simply force attack us, waste all their equipment. They're not going to break through our defensive position. We're still waiting on the focus to be complete before we push out and gain our cores. Right, our manpower should start ticking in. We are 40,000 short at the moment. We'll go and gain our cores on Saudi Arabia for more manpower. Right, manpower's arriving. We've got 40,000. I'm not sure what we're actually lacking. 40,000, so perfect. That'll filter in and be fine. And then once we've got all of that, we should be able to push out. And the Spanish look fairly weak. They've only got the Portuguese helping them as well now, which is only going to help us later. Right, I think we can push out now. So let's go for another port to begin with for a bit more supply, because we are lacking a little bit. Yeah, the Spanish and Portuguese here are just melting to our soft attack. So absolutely fine. We'll grab that port. We're going to just try a few little encirclements. Once we remove some of their divisions from the field, they shouldn't have enough to be able to cover their front lines. Easily we can pull off some encirclements here. We'll just pin those troops in. These are walking out. Leave one in that square, and then we'll just crush those divisions. Another little encirclement there. One little horsey boy, he can go. The Spanish just don't know what to do with themselves. We'll just wipe out a few in encirclements, and then we'll just be able to rush all of the victory points after that. That should be another one if we can just close that up. Yeah, there's another one. Another division gone as well. Couple more, and then I think we're ready just to push out. They have just not got enough to cover their front line now, so we'll just go immediately around them, pin them in place, and just start grabbing victory points. That will then send them into a massive retreat, and we'll be fine. We might be able to get another big encirclement here of all the Portuguese volunteers as well. And there goes the Spanish. Some lovely guns. We will just take all of their land, and we'll take their navy as well, because we're going to need that to get ourselves to Britain later. Load of cores there. And we'll now join the front with Portugal, because they are next before they get a guarantee. We've got 600,000 manpower. We've got a load of factories now. We are looking good. We'll start increasing our army. We've got loads of equipment anyway from capturing it from Spain. So let's start getting some new divisions out. Right, straight into Portugal. They will definitely not be able to cope. We've probably wiped out a few of their divisions in encirclements of their volunteers anyway. So we'll just beeline our way straight to Lisbon. They won't be able to hold us back at all. And there goes Portugal. We'll just take all of their land, and we'll take their navy as well. And that is some more cores for us, which will be some lovely more manpower. And we should have, yeah, another 9 factories to add. So we'll start making more equipment, just basic equipment. Up next is obviously the Allies. So we haven't got too much of them on our border, just a few little bits. And obviously South Arabia here. So we'll have to make sure we guard that front. We've got a big navy now, which should be enough to get us naval supremacy to get to Britain. So we will join all of that up, and then we'll move that out of the Med, ready to attack the Allies. Our army here we'll use to guard all these provinces and take them off the British to give us some war score, because we will need a bit to be actually take all our land. I know it'd be core, so it'd be cheap, but we're not going to have a lot of war score since we're only going to be in this about 6 months. Right, 3 armies should be enough, so we will declare a war on Kuwait, and not Britain there. We want Muscal here, so we can take them, and we'll immediately wipe in before the British come and help them out, because they will start funneling a lot of troops into here, so we need to make sure we grab the ports as quickly as possible. We'll take Gibraltar as well, so that we can lock them out or in the Med. Germany wants us to join their faction. We were more than happy to join the Axis. We can now move our divisions over here. We'll go for, yeah, this port right here, and we'll also move our second army, not that one, that's in Arabia. The other one in Spain here we'll move over. So we've got 2 full armies to invade Britain with, and hopefully we'll get our naval supremacy through the North Sea. So we'll move our navy over here. Hopefully it won't get sunk in the channel. Approach the tribes, because we get some negative stability, not the end of the world, but we get more attack and defense on core territory, which is good. A little bit of factory output negative, never mind. Full scale attack on the east coast here, so we'll hit down to Hull and Newcastle. We have got the second landing craft, so we can do up to 30 divisions, I think it is, which is good, because 10 is just not enough to cap Britain now. Just waiting on naval supremacy, so we'll move our subs out. I don't really want them in there anyway, and we'll get them raiding the North Sea. Hopefully they can engage some of the fleet and just give us a window to get our naval supremacy off. So the Eastern North Sea we're fine. We'll just split them off then and get them on convoy raiding the North Sea. Right, our naval invasion is off. I assume our fleet is almost wiped out. Yeah, they have taken a massive engagement, but they have bought us our window to invade, so we will put them into a port. Let's get them into Germany to repair. I probably won't need them anymore, but let's not just get it all completely sunk. Little force attack to get in. They do obviously have the ports, but we have got quite a few troops landing here with some good soft attack. We have upped our divisions actually as well to 21 width now, so they should be able to just bowl over the British. We should just massively outnumber them. Just sort out our front line into one big field marshal order. They are going to be severely trapped. If we can push through some of these tiles, we'll be able to encircle most of them here in the mountains. And they've got not a lot of supply and org, so we should be absolutely fine to bowl them over. Our navy is almost repaired by the looks of it, so I might get it on naval support, and never mind. Clearly London fell without me even watching it. So, right, the allies are dealt with, which is very nice. We don't have... oh no, we do have quite a bit of war score actually, so we should be able to grab everything we want. Right, so we did manage to get all of our core. So we got Egypt, we got the 2 passages into the Med as well, which is nice. We did get a bit of the Raj up here. Germany took everything else, as you can tell. Did we get anything else? I'm trying to think. Yes, we took the aluminium down here, and we did get a bit of the Dutch East Indies for the resource and manpower if we need it, but obviously 2 million, so we don't. We did nick the Royal Navy as well, so we should be controlling the Med and stop any naval invasion, because we do have a lot of coastline. What I'll do next, actually, before I leave the Axis, we'll take out Vichy, because they will not be defended by the Germans. 30-day for taking our cores, and that'd be a nice free, easy win for us, and that'd be most of the North Africa restored to us, just the Italian part left. I do want to unite Arabia as well, just for the point of pressing the button. I know we don't get many cores. I don't think we have Egypt as core yet, but everything else pretty much is. But we might as well press it, seeing as we have the option. Right, let's attack Vichy. That'll be no problem. We can attack here and move in. They're going to be guarding the German border, which is pretty stupid of them. We do obviously also have invasions into North Africa, where we've got to take a few of these victory points. So we'll just go and grab the ports off them quickly to add to that. And there goes Vichy, some lovely equipment to give us. We will just take all of their land, and we'll take their navy as well to make that even bigger. So the Italians and German navy should have no problems being dealt with. We are looking very chonky now, which is good. So it's just Italy we are waiting for Arabia, and obviously to get all of our puppets annexed. Okay, so Japan's just declared on us, even though we are still in the Axis, so I don't know how that works. I thought they couldn't because they've got a non-aggression pact with the leader, but okay, we're not going to bother with that. The Dutch can just deal with themselves down there. Start building in our puppets now, because we're going to start turning them over. We are seriously lacking PP though, because of all the negatives we have, so I'm going to have to work towards that to be able to get the PP to actually annex them, because we need a lot. So I've just worked out I can actually do the assassination, and then we can go and get the golden square and strengthen it, so we get a big boost to our political power, which we need. We do obviously change ruler, and we can get access to these focuses down here. Not that we need them, that I can tell, but seeing as there's nothing else on the left-hand side of the focus tree for us, we might as well switch down here and grab a few other little bits, like the United Arab Republic. I don't really know which is best. We'll take... I don't want the stability. We'll take the political power and stability. We are obviously now the Brown Party with this gentleman in charge. I don't know why, but I just dislike him. That is the most basic description as well. Arab fascist politician. Say it how it is, I suppose. Right, let's declare on Italy then. It is time to get our last bit of cores back. We want to obviously attack the Axis as well before the Soviets capitulate, because we're going to need that ally in the east for us. Italy has nothing here, so we'll just immediately go around them and grab the victory. Germany has not got too many divisions here. We've got a couple of encirclements. I guess they're all fighting the Soviets, and we've sort of stabbed them in the back. But we'll move into Italy as well, hopefully get the civil war pretty quickly. We are using a lot of their divisions up in the south as well, so I imagine they'll start funneling into Africa down here, and our basic divisions can just hold the line. Iran hasn't joined yet. There's a random Italian division there. Oh, Iran's in the Comintern. I thought they were part of the Axis. Okay, never mind. Just have to stop a little bit here on the border of Germany, because I am running out of equipment and they are cassing me to death, and we can't really push, especially in the Benelux here and over the Maginot Line. The US don't want to join my faction, which is really annoying. I was hoping I could get them as a faction ally, but never mind. We'll see if we can take Italy. We do have all of North Africa now. We control all of the ocean. Let's get our subs out convoy raiding to strangle them of resources, especially from Asia. We'll keep pushing Italy though, because they are doing Italian things by not properly guarding their whole front line and just easily getting pushed back. So fingers crossed the civil war will trigger soon, and that will be a major blow for Germany's allies. Right, there goes Italy. So that is one front line dealt with. So we can redeploy these divisions. The north is a bit of... yeah, that's not looking good. So let's get them here on the border into Austria territory. And then we can push into Hungary. We've got a cap as well. Right, we can get rid of our last puppet, which is good. Which means I think we just need a couple of territories in Turkey. So they have actually moved a lot of divisions away. Germany have obviously stopped reinforcing them. So we should be able to push the Turks out. We were having a problem because the Germans were sat here as well. Right, that is the territory we needed, which means we can unite Arabia and we become the Arabian Empire. Quite a nice flag, I must be honest. I don't particularly like the colour, but we are the chonky Arabian Empire and we are looking a very thick boy. Annoyingly, I'm going to have to win the air war, I think, to be able to push. So we are not looking particularly well at the moment. So we're just going to split these out and get some more planes in the sky. All of our resources and factories are on building planes. So we will eventually win this. It's just going to be a long, drawn-out affair. We have got a research facility. So we'll go and get rocket specialist. Doesn't help me. It's not what I want. What I want is radar. Right, this little naval invasion in Turkey. I need to finish Turkey off because they're actually using a lot of my divisions over here. And that's just another front line we can close and then we can push into the Balkans with it. Okay, these exchange rates are better. We're looking better. They are cassing me a bit, but we are winning that war. We are building radars. I can't do a jet engine yet, but I'm not sure I'll ever get that built anyway. Let's go and actually build our radars to help with our air supremacy. I'm lacking so much equipment, but we have got to build more planes. So everything we have is going into aircraft production. We do need some alley, which basically no one can give us, which is annoying. That was Japan, and I didn't realise they were on the ropes, which is good because they were also at war with the Soviets and invading. So it should mean... yeah, the Soviets have got a bit more capitulation left, so they should be able to hold out now. They're not being attacked on both fronts. Turkey's being a bit of a pain here that I can't really push. We do hold Istanbul, which is nice, so they can just stand and survive and stronghold that. Right, I think we're green enough where we're going to start... yeah, our CAS is now getting through. They have still got a lot of fighters, but we're engaging them enough where our CAS is doing damage. So I think it's time to push out. Screw the equipment. I think we should be able to... yeah, we look like we're just going to be able to roll them back. This is going to be costly, though. Right, that is Turkey pretty much dealt with. It's just this mountainous one where we don't need too many divisions. So I'm going to move a few of these second one over to Istanbul and we'll start pushing into Bulgaria and in the Balkans. There goes Greater Hungary. They had a load of equipment. We desperately needed that. So there's a few Germans encircled here. We'll finish off. But that should be Germany on their knees now. We'll now pour in from the south here. They haven't got anyone on their front line, so we should be able to grab a load of land quickly. The Germans are 76%, and we just need to take out Germany still. They've lost 27 million. We've done 15 million casualties to them. Denmark has also just pushed in from the north that I didn't really notice. They're the one who took Berlin, which is incredible. But yeah, there's not much left of Germany. They do hold Moscow, amazingly, but they hold basically none of Germany. Ah, and there we go. The German Reich is gone and the Axis has fallen. So we'll see what we can grab in this peace deal. Right, we didn't do too badly. It's pretty disgusting, I will be honest. Arabian Italy just holds this middle bit of Africa, but we hold the rest of it apart from Liberia. But the Arabian Empire is a chonky boy. So this is where we will leave it today. I think we have restored a peak Iraq, where we have done many formidable nations. We are the Arabian Empire by this man who I dislike for some unknown reason. His face just annoys me. But there we go. We are massive with a load of cores. We've restored Iraq to peak Iraq. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this one. Shout out to our members for always supporting the channel. Let me know in the comments down below what you want me to do next. And thank you very much for watching. Peace out.